Set to hold a homecoming rally in battleground Florida tonight, in part, his campaign says, to celebrate his official move from New York City. Florida is one of at least 6 critical swing states that could decide 2020. Or you could argue it will decide. Chair of the Republican National Committee, Ronna McDaniel, with me now. Welcome back, Ronna. Good morning to you. I want to show you Broward County, okay? That's where the rally is tonight. He lost that county in 2016 by 35 points. Won the state by a 1.5. Why Broward? It's blue on blue.
Well, the president's going to take his message everywhere, and he gets to go to Florida tonight and talk about the fact that they've added 600,000 new jobs since he's been president, 24,000 just in manufacturing, that unemployment is now at 3.2%. And it's important that Floridians across the state hear that. It's a battleground state, and the president continues to build momentum in that key swing state. And it is a homecoming rally because now he is a resident of Florida.
So we'll be watching that. Sunrise, Florida. You see the Wall Street Journal yesterday? They went back to northern Kentucky, suburbs of Cincinnati. You know, they had the big governor's race there. I know the governor, the Republican governor, was not popular. He lost his reelection bid. Here's the headline. In Cincinnati suburbs, some Republicans are uneasy about Trump's tone. Support for Republican candidate has slipped. I am not anti-Trump, they quote one woman, but I am anti-civility. Your reaction to that, Ronna?
Well, I think this anti-civility has come from the Democrats, and I think we've seen that through these impeachment hearings by not allowing the president the basic tenets of due process, having his own attorney, being able to call rebuttal witnesses. We have seen an erosion of support for what the Democrats have tried to push through. Not only could Adam Schiff not convince Democrats, he couldn't even convince independents, and he couldn't even convince himself, which we saw on the Sunday shows. He didn't say he'd vote for impeachment, and now they've lost. Brenda Lawrence, a congresswoman from Michigan who won her district by over 60 points in 2018. So it shows that Democrats are not interested in bringing civility. It's impeachment, resistance, obstruction, and the president is delivering results, and that's going to win every time.
Is he not responsible for some of that tone that's been set, Ronna?
The president's getting things done. I mean, with what he's been up against with the Democrats, I think it's fair for the president to push back on the bureaucracy of Washington, D.C., and he still delivers at every turn with record employment, with 7 million new jobs coming back to this country, with the stock market breaking new records, which we just saw yesterday, with unemployment levels at the lowest for the Hispanic and African-American communities. This is a president who's a fighter, but he's fought for the American people, and the Democrats, all they've done is fight against the president.
So you kicked the whole argument about northern Kentucky to the side. What about Richmond, Virginia? What about the suburbs of Philadelphia? Do you not see concern about erosion for what would be typical Republican voters in that part of the country?
Well, remember, the president's going to be on the ballot with a socialist Democrat. And suburban voters, which I'm one of them, women, we don't want to see our health care plans taken away. I've been going to the same pediatrician for my daughter for 14 years. I don't want Democrats going to Washington and saying bureaucrats in Washington are going to tell me what doctor I get to go to from now on. So that's not going to fly in the suburbs with college-educated women. And it's also not going to fly when they talk about a $93 trillion Green New Deal, when they talk about raising taxes to a degree that it's going to bankrupt our country. So suburban voters, when they talk about the record or what Democrats are running on, they're frightened, and they recognize the president's actually delivered a better economy, a safer country.
To that point, it does depend a lot on who the opponent is. Independent polling among independent voters, their view now on impeachment, Marist poll found this. Do you support it or do you oppose it? 42% support it, 50% are against it. Do you see, you mentioned this Democratic congresswoman in Michigan. Are Democrats getting soft on impeachment? Are you here to make that case today, Ronna?
I mean, the reality is, Bill, when they had 2 weeks and it was all to themselves and they didn't allow the president to defend himself and they still lost ground, I don't know how the Democrats feel good about where they sit right now. Because if it goes to the Senate, we're going to call Adam Schiff. We're going to make sure that Hunter Biden comes to testify. We're going to get to the bottom of the Burisma Biden situation. So I think the Democrats had their best shot with this sham impeachment hearing, with due process denied to our president, and they still lost ground with independents. They're in a tough place.
When you look at independents and you think about people like Michael Bloomberg who have gotten in the race, just give me a quick answer on this about the effect of him before we get back to the breaking news with Bloomberg in the race, Ronna.
You know, Bloomberg's first act in the race was to deny his own paper the ability to investigate him. I think that is frightening. I can't think of anything more communist than saying you're not going to have an opportunity to investigate me when I'm a candidate. So I think that does not bode well for Bloomberg spending his billions of dollars and then suppressing free speech in his own paper.
We got some breaking news. Ronna, thanks for coming. Come on back.
Thank you.
Okay. Ronna McDaniel, chair of the RNC, thank you for your time.